Have you been considering escaping those cold, frigid winter weathers of Alberta, Toronto, or even out east? Looking to make the move to somewhere warmer, possibly the warmest spot in Canada, particularly Vancouver Island? Are you in your golden years or just about to go into your golden years? Or maybe you have parents that are aging in place and are getting to that time where they want to do downsizing? Well, this will be the video that you'll want to see. Well, today we are going to look at building for residents that are 55 years and older. We're going to take you for a tour. We're going to actually go inside of a couple of 55 plus, so 55 years or older plus buildings, and we're going to show you what is it like to live on Vancouver Island, specifically around the Comox Valley area. What do these units and these buildings have to offer? And they just may be something that you or one of your family members are looking for. So you'll want to stick around to the end of this video because we're going to show you something that is so unique on the West Coast that you only get to get a glimpse of it during the summertime, and it is something that you won't want to miss. So stick around to the end. We're going to give you that tip. But for now, let's go get after it right now. If you're new to the channel, you'll want to click on that subscribe button down below and tap the bell so you'll be the first to get real estate information and lifestyle information about Vancouver Island and the Comox Valley area. My name is Justin White with the High Tide Real Estate Group. My team and I get phone calls, emails, and texts every day from people like you, and you looking to make the Comox Valley their new home. So no matter if you're 9 days or 9 months away from making the move, all of our contact details are down below. Click on the link and set up a Zoom call with myself or one of the agents on our team, and let's get those questions answered today so we can make the move smooth and easy for you and your family members. It's inevitable, we're all going to get there. So today we are going to talk about the golden years. When we reach that age of 55 plus, where we put in all the years of hard work, sweat, raised our family, and now we're ready to enjoy all of the fruits of our labor. And this is a very important time in life. And a lot of us too are starting to consider that now, even at my age group, and we're starting to think about us and also our parents. You can see today, this is a beautiful day. This is actually in January of 2025. So the weather we get here is not what they're going to be experiencing in Calgary, in Winnipeg, or out in Toronto. There's an old saying here, we don't get snow, but you get rain, but you don't have to shovel it. So when we talk about moving to the Comox Valley area, we want to start looking at what are the places that are available and where do we want to live? Because if you're not from here, like 92% of the buyers aren't, you need to get context of, do I want to live by the ocean? Do I want to live closer to accessibility? Do I want to live closer to the doctor, to the hospital? These are all things that we want to take into the equation. So today we're going to take a look at some different real estate. We're also going to take a look at a little bit more of the lifestyle in that 55 plus range. Now, in the Comox Valley, the average age is 52.8 years as of this year. So this is showing that the demographics are here, that people here are more into the golden years. And this is why it's so important to start doing your market research early, especially if you're moving to an area that you're not familiar with. So one of the top things that we get asked is, what about medical services? What is available? Now, of course, at the time of filming this in 2025, we were just coming out of the last couple of years where there was a large shortage of general practitioner doctors. So you'll want to get that set up prior to making the move. Contact all of the local clinics and start getting yourself on a waiting list so that you'll have that general practitioner set up. Now, the good news that I have is that 5 years ago, they built the Comox Valley General Hospital here in Courtney. So we've got great medical facilities, and no matter where you are in the Comox Valley, they're only a short 10 to 12 minute maximum drive away. So if medical services are important to you and your family, this will be some good news that we do have a modern age technology hospital that's here. Now, when they built the hospital, they also put in new equipment, new x-ray machines, new MRI scans. And so this is great to have as leading edge technology, because previously we had St. Joseph's hospital in Comox, which was over 100 years old. Now, that facility recently has been transformed over to a long-term care facility, so that when we look at people in the golden years that are maybe getting in that 80 or 90 years old that aren't able to care for themselves, there are facilities around in the Comox Valley that are able to take that care on themselves when they can't care for themselves. But today we're going to be talking about able-bodied 55 to 65, 70-year-olds that are looking for lifestyle, because really we're not just talking about real estate, we're talking about lifestyle. Part of that lifestyle is obviously where I'm at today. This is the Comox Marina. I'll just do a little spin around here. This is one of the most beautiful spots in the Comox Valley. I'm taking on the sunset as it goes behind the glacier here, the Comox Valley Glacier. But this is a great spot just to come down, watch the boats coming in. I just watched the seals feeding on the local fish here and bobbing up and down. As I was walking down the dock, I also saw a bald eagle cackling as it flew overhead. So again, this is lifestyle, and one of the major reasons that people are moving here in their golden years is because of the weather. Vancouver Island is one of the warmest spots in Canada. And you know, at the time, in that age group that you're getting into, and I'm getting there too, by the way, I'm 50 years old, is that we start to get more aches, more pains, some arthritis starts to set in. It's just getting to that point where, you know, do we really want to shovel snow? Do we really want to live when there's negative 20 degrees Celsius in the wintertime? And if there wasn't another option, where would it be? Well, this is the spot that most people are thinking of. It's known as Canada's Little Hawaii. And the reason for that is our warm temperatures. Now, if you look at our other video that we actually created, we've got a Google map tour of Comox. So you can actually go on there where I break down all the different neighborhoods, what they have to offer, what the price points are. And then we also have another one that we talk about Hornby Island, Denman Island, the different islands where there's actually a beach called Tribune Bay. And Tribune Bay is known as Canada's Little Hawaii because of the white sands and the aqua blue water. But we're gonna tour some properties today. We're gonna take a look at what's available. We're gonna also look at why are people moving here to enjoy their golden years. And I say the golden years because they are going to be the best years of our life. We put in the time, now it's time to enjoy it. And where else would you wanna do it other than an environment like this? So let's go check it out right now. Here we are at Willow Point Estates in Willow Point. Now this condominium, of course, this is 55 plus, and a lot of our clients that are moving to Vancouver Island are coming from places like Vancouver, Whistler, Toronto, Calgary, and they're at that age point where they're in that baby boomer era. And so they're moving from homes that they maybe lived in for 30, 40, or 50 years, and they're downsizing. But with that genre of 55, 60-year-old, they're still active people. So what does that mean? They still have stuff. They still got bicycles, kayaks. They want to keep their car in a warm place. Okay, you know where I'm leading to. This is a very rare condo, and I'm going to show you why in a moment. I'm going to take you for a walk. But before we jump into really taking a look at this complex and what it has to offer, I also have to talk about where it's located. Now, Willow Point is a very short 5-minute drive south of Campbell River, and it is a 22-minute to 23-minute drive north of Courtney. Now, this complex is oceanside, which again is another very rare thing to find. So if you're moving to the West Coast, what do you want to have? The ocean, and we're on an island. Why would you not want to live with an ocean view? So today we're also going to take a walk along this ocean front because there is a path that goes all the way up to this complex. It's actually the Sea Walk, and it's the Rotary Sea Walk of Willow Point. So this is if you like to bicycle, you like to walk, you like to stroll along the beach. You've got kilometers and kilometers of both paved path, but also beach ocean front, which is a very unique blend, and it is here in Willow Point. Now, the community around here is very community orientated. You've got within a couple of minutes walk, you've got SoCal Restaurant, which is a great grill restaurant. It's got some Mexican flair. It's also got live music as well once a week. So if you want to just walk to have live music, enjoy a beverage, you can do that as well. It's also walking distance to the 49th parallel grocery store. It's right next door. You've also got coffee shops as well. You've got all these amenities, you've got banks, you've got it all. Plus you've got some really cool antique shops that are all walking distance from living right here on the ocean. So let's go take a look at number 9 Adams Road in Willow Point. So as I mentioned, this is a very unique building. You do not see this feature very often, and for some people, this is going to be a deciding factor about living at Willow Point Estates. You look at these garages, we just don't see this. Every one of these units has got a garage with a power door that's on this. So think about this. You can always use your garage for a car. That's what garages were made for. But where are you going to store your bicycles, your kayaks, your Christmas decor, your holiday stuff when you're inside of a condo? A lot of condos, now you've got to worry about, does it have a storage? Or are you going to be putting it in your closet in your bedroom? There's all this extra seasonal sporting equipment. Now you've got a place that you can put it that's warm, that's dry, and it's easily accessible. Now this 4-level building is fantastic in the way of storage. And as you see, we're gonna go into the unit. You're gonna see how much storage is also inside of the unit. Now another thing that I really love is I love the landscaping, and we're gonna take you for a tour on the front of this building and along the sides, because the unit we're gonna look at is along the south side. But from every unit, you're getting spectacular ocean views. And really, if you're gonna be living on the West Coast, why not live oceanside? And the best part is with this strata, you don't have to worry about cleaning up after the ocean. So we have a lot of storms here. In fact, a lot of people come here for storm season, which is in the wintertime, and you get branches, you get driftwood that are washing up, you get a ton of leaves. You don't have to worry about any of that because that is all included in your monthly strata fee. They're gonna take care of it all. So the only thing that you really gotta worry about is enjoying living on the West Coast. As we enter Unit 116, you'll notice the vinyl wide planks, and right away it flows into this amazing great room. Now there's great rooms, then this great room. Gas fireplace to keep you warm in the winter when the rains are coming. And then look at this beautiful ocean view outside of your windows and mountains. You could be sitting in your living room watching that. Now this flows into your breakfast nook area. So even from the breakfast nook area, you can be having your coffee, looking out in the ocean and the mountains. The views are spectacular. Flows into this galley kitchen, which has been recently updated with brand new quartz countertop, stainless steel appliances. Then we have one full bathroom here in the hallway. This has a tub and a shower combination. Then we go into bedroom number 2, which is actually can be used for a den, can be used for an office, can be used for a craft room, many opportunities and possibilities. And then going into the primary oversized bedroom, tons of room for a king size bed, lots of light coming in here on the main level. And then it goes into your ensuite, which walking through first, your walk-through closet, which makes sense that you'll be able to have that so that as soon as you're done in the shower in the morning, you'll come into your walk-in closet, pick out your outfit of the day, and you're off and running. Now, also you want to take note that there is a stackable washer and dryer, which is conveniently located, maximizing space in the hallway. And then as we go back into the living room, I want to bring to your attention the shiplap wood wall covering right here. Really breaks it up when you're in your formal dining room. So a lot of space in this unit. Now I'm standing on the patio of Unit 116. This is the unit that we just recently sold. And think of this, a lot of people go, you know what, Justin, I want to be on the top floor. But have you thought about being on the main floor? Because you are going to get access, you get your own private patio, and look at this incredible view that we have behind us. This view is magnificent. Now, your view that you're looking out of here is obviously on the Georgia Strait, but right behind us, we have Quadra Island, and you can actually see, I'm not sure if you can pick this up in the video, you can actually see the lighthouse from Quadra Island. Now, at the end of Quadra Island is one of the world's best salmon fishing. In fact, Campbell River is known as the salmon capital of the world. So anglers come from all over the world to come here and catch 30-pound plus salmon. When you're looking over at Quadra Island, there's also a really nice resort that you'll want to put on your next list for when you're coming to the area. It's called the Sakalutin Resort. Now this resort is run by the First Nation band, and it is a luxury resort, and it's a lot of fun, and you can literally see it right across the water. The other thing you're going to notice when we look across the water is this: snow-capped mountains. Those are all the mainland Olympic mountain range, and On a day like today, you can see for miles and miles. Those are all beautiful. I never get tired of looking at the snow-capped mountains. And again, I mentioned earlier about storm watching. This is one of the premier areas to storm watch. So this is your own patio where you could have a little hot drink out here, maybe a hot toddy. You got your gas fireplace going inside, and you can watch the waves crashing up as the thunder of nature presses upon all the ocean power on the shorelines here in Willow Point. I'm gonna let you in on a little tip here. The owner that we just sold this unit to, one of the major reasons that she loved the ground floor was stand-up paddleboard. Imagine this, you can grab your kayak or stand-up paddleboard right off your porch, walk 30 feet, put it in the ocean, go and enjoy the ocean, and then paddle right back up to your doorstep. That, my friend, is one of the most rarest things that you can do, and there's not many places you can do it in the world, but you can do it here at the Willow Point Estates. One of the added bonus features of Willow Point Estates is actually this. This is the path that actually goes along the ocean out front. You can see behind me, here's the actual complex. Look at this. Could you imagine waking up in the morning, having this as your view while you're drinking your coffee on your balcony and watching the eagles fly overhead? This is an amazing opportunity to have a home that's on the ocean, but not have to care for all the landscaping and dealing with the building itself, because all of that is covered in the strata. All of the exterior of the building, including your windows, your balconies, your decks, everything is included in your strata payment, but yet you get to enjoy all of this every moment of every day as you're living here at number 9 Adams Road. We've walked literally 30 feet from the unit down to the ocean, and this is what the West Coast is all about. If you haven't spent time on the West Coast, this is it right behind me. You've got kind of this rocky beach, but with all this beautiful driftwood that comes in. A lot of this timber is actually from the local islands, and what happens is it gets beaten up in all of these winter storms and with the tides going up and down, and it gets this really soft texture and light tan look to it because it's actually stripped off all of the bark. Now, one of our family's favorite things to do is to come down to the beach, have a fire as the sun's going down, and just enjoy the beauty of the West Coast while we curl up around a natural fire. I don't know about you, but when you get that smell inside of your clothes, it just brings you right back to it. And if you haven't done it, the next trip to Vancouver Island, set some time to go out to the beach, have a nice little beach fire, bring your favorite beverage, maybe a few hot dogs or marshmallows, and if you're like us, make a little s'mores, have a little sweet treat on the beach, and have a fire as you're watching. Now, this is a really cool tip, is as you're watching the cruise ships come up here, because what's north of here is Alaska. So in the summertime, we've got a lot of the major cruise companies like Disney, like Celebrity, like Holland America, and where the cruise ships take off from is down at the Plaza of Nations in Vancouver, and they're coming right up here along the strip. So as you're having your beach fire, you can watch these beautiful lit up boats as they're coming right here on the water between the island and also Quadra Island. It is an experience to see. We're about to come up to 1912 Comox Avenue. Now, the next building we're going to take a look at is called Ballantyne Place. Now, this building has a special spot in my heart because this is where my mom and dad live. And they, much like many of our clients, took the risk of moving out of their home that they were in for over 40 years just outside of Toronto, and they moved here 7 years ago into the Comox Valley, of course, to be closer to my brother and our family and our kids. And the one thing that my parents say, and they both agree on, the only thing that they complain about is that they didn't do it sooner. Because living here, they've really found their community, and you're gonna see this inside of this building, because in Ballantyne Place, it's not just a place where you house your furniture and you live, it's actually a community. Each day, these seniors in this 55+ building, they meet for afternoon happy hour. Actually, they're having happy hour right now as I'm filming this. And in the wintertime, when it's a little cooler, they meet in the lobby and they call themselves the Lounge Lizards. And the group of the owners meet down there and they have drinks and they bring appies. And you're gonna see as we go into the back of this building, this is a very unique building because of the size of the backyard and also the established fir trees, and they have a gazebo out there. So in the summertime, they go from being lounge lizards to being gazebo lizards, and they enjoy the backyard. Plus, they have their own rose garden. So each individual resident has their own garden that has roses in it, so that they have all these different style of roses, and then they have the ability to garden for vegetables and do other flower plants. It's just an amazing opportunity for someone who's transitioning from having a full home in the garden and a backyard and a front yard. This building has all of that without having to do the yard work. So we're gonna go check that out. Let's go check it out right now. As you come out of the elevator, you are greeted with this open concept courtyard where everybody gets their own private view to this. Look at the greenery back here. We're gonna go check this out. As I mentioned, this has its own private backyard here at Valentine Place. And this, you would not know that you are in a condominium complex when you see this. Beautiful landscape with rhododendrons with different colors that pop up every spring, every summer. Lavender that's planted here. This is the rose garden that I spoke about. Of course, this is now January in 2025, so it's a little cooler for the roses to come out, but they do come out every summer. And then looking here, look at all this, the privacy you get, fully fenced in backyard. Now this building does allow small pets. So if you have a cat, you have a dog, it is permissible here. And then this is the gazebo that I spoke about earlier. This is where you can have your own family function. So it's an extension to the beautiful condo that you're gonna see in a moment. And then this is where the lounge lizards come to have their drinks and enjoy really quality time. And this is something that's very rare for this area, is to have a building where there's this sense of belonging, this sense of connection, where your neighbors all have their individual units, but they come together to celebrate holidays, to celebrate the wins. They have Senior Olympics here in the backyard in July, on July the 1st. They sit outside on their balconies and watch the parades come by at Christmas time in July 1st. Again, having that real sense of community, which you can't find nowadays on a lot of the complexes. Shh. Now, my parents don't know this, but they gave me the keys to their place. I want to give you a glimpse of what these units are like here at 1912 Comox Avenue in the Valentine building. Now, at the time of the shooting, there was not any units available, although they have had 2 units in the last year go up for sale, but they sold very quickly. So today, I'm gonna use these keys. I'm gonna give you a sneak preview of my parents' condo. By the time they see this, I know that they're gonna be, giving me a mouthful onto it, but I wanna show you how nice these units really are and what they have to offer. As we enter into the unit, you're gonna notice the high 9-foot high ceilings and also the crown molding, giving it that real rich feel. Going into the left, you have the number 2 bedroom, or you could use this as a den. As you've seen here, it's the music room, which has a view to the outside area. You've got that quality millwork with the trim around the doors and the windows, a full bathroom to the right-hand side, and then we lead into the primary bedroom, which is a large oversized bedroom, lots of room and lots of light coming in again from the backyard area. And then you go into your own private walk-through closet, and then into the ensuite, which has a full shower and a bath. So no matter what your preferences are, we've got you covered in the way of the bathroom. And then pulling back and going into what really catches the eye, which is going to be the main room, which has a breakfast nook, the huge granite island with the granite countertops, the kitchen, which naturally flows into a dining room, which we don't often see a dining room and a breakfast nook area. Then you're going into the living room area, which has a fireplace, and then going out into the patio through the French doors. This is what really sells it. You're on the 2nd floor. You've got your own front lawn, and then you're overlooking the Beaufort Mountains. As you can see, the sun's setting right now, and then glimpses of the Comox Marina Bay. You've even got a palm tree next door, so it'll really feel like you're in tropical area. Look at the ocean view. My parents actually have sat on the balcony and seen orcas in the Comox Harbor. And you can see all the way from the Comox Glacier right into Mount Washington. While we wrap up our day here, I hope you've enjoyed the tour of 55 plus buildings here on Vancouver Island, specifically in the Comox Valley and Willow Point area. As you can see, we are at the Comox Fisherman's Wharf. This is one of our favorite places to go in the summertime, where you can buy tuna loins off the boats, you can buy halibut, you can buy salmon, you can buy side striped shrimp and prawns. It's all right here in Comox. So if you found some value in the video today, please click on that like button down below and leave me a comment. I'd love to hear what you have to say. As well, don't forget to click on that subscribe button and tap the bell so you'll be the first to get real estate information about the Comox Valley and North Vancouver Island. And if you are thinking about making the move here, all of our contact details are down below. Set up a Zoom call with myself, Justin White, or one of our agents here at High Tide Real Estate Group. No matter if you're 9 days or 9 months away from making the move, let's get those questions answered today. And if you are planning a trip to the Comox Valley, please reach out. We'd love to meet you in person. If not, we're going to see you on our next video.